Hello everybody, this is Shilpa Gogre from Department of Mathematics, Maharishi Dayanand College, Mumbai. I welcome you all in the online course of Linear Programming Problem Basics. The first lecture was on prerequisites. The link of the video for that particular lecture can be seen in the description box below this video. Today I am with the second lecture on Introduction to LPP. The third and fourth lectures will be on solving LPP graphically and formulation of an LPP. In this particular video, you will find some added features. The first one is time stamping. Time stamping is like the contents and the page numbers which are given in the book. Like that, here again in the description box below the video, you will find the contents in the video along with the time. If you click on that particular time, the video will jump to that particular content. This is the added features. And the second added feature is a link of the Google form is given in the description box. It contains an assignment based on this particular video. So let us start with the second lecture on Introduction to LPP.
See friends, the world is full of problems and many a times you have mathematics helping you out to solve those examples, those problems. So you have real world problem and then you have the math problem. So this is a big step where you are converting a real world problem to a math problem, which is known as formulation, or it is also known as modeling. Now, when you have a problem, you want to know the solution. So you have a solution here. And then there is another big step, finding solution of this math problem. So solving math problem. And then you have some analysis which is going to help you, or you have some algorithm. What is an algorithm? They are the steps written one after the other. You are following those steps, and then following the steps you solve the mathematical problem and you get the solution. And then from this solution you go back to the real world problem by interpretation. So this cycle is there. Now we look at a special type of problems. So there is a target based situation now. So you have a target based situation. Let's take for example, a student is there who wants to complete the project. So complete the project is the target for the student. Or you have a company who is producing some items. So producing an item or a product. Now in both the situation there is a specific objective over here. What is the objective of the student? That the student wants to complete the project and get good marks, maximum score he wants. So score maximum marks is the objective of the student, whereas company is going to sell the product which is produced, and then company wants to earn maximum profit. So profit maximization or score maximization are the objectives, but then there is a time limit for the student to complete the project. So time limit is there, and what is this? This is the limiting factor. Sorry. Yeah, so the limiting factor is time limit here for student, and for the company it is the limited resources. Resources are limited, like you have machine time or you have labor time, which is limited. So in the limiting resources, the company is producing the product and it wants to maximize the profit. So this type of examples are, or this type of situations are known as optimization problems. So you have optimization problem. And then linear programming problem is a special type of optimization problem. So we come to linear programming problem now. So you have linear programming problem. We have already seen the meaning of the word linear. An expression or equation or inequality which has the maximum degree as 1 is known as linear expression or linear equation. Programming is some word where you have the algorithm or some steps, some method. So basically it is an optimization problem. Remember that. Let us see how mathematical formulation is done. Say, for an example, Monu has some 10 rupees notes in his wallet. How much amount he has? Now this statement can be converted in the mathematical expression in this manner. He has, let's say, X notes. So the amount would be 10X. It is a simple mathematical expression. Take another example. Sonu has some 20 rupees notes, which amounts to be 100. So 20 rupees Y notes suppose are there. The amount is 20Y and it is given that it is 100. So the equation, now this is an equation. Earlier one was an expression. The mathematical equation is 20Y is equal to 100. It is a equation. It is an equation in one variable. Let's go ahead to another example. Suppose mother is taking 3 minutes to make a puri and 4 minutes to make a chapati, and she can work for 24 minutes. How will you convert this into a mathematical equation? Suppose number of puris is X. So how much time is required for X puris? 3X. Number of chapatis are Y. So the time required is 4Y. So the total time required is 3X plus 4Y. And it is given that she's working for 24 minutes. So you get an equation 3X plus 4Y is equal to 24, which is a mathematical expression. Now, it is actually a linear equation in two variables. Suppose I say that mother has maximum 24 minutes. Instead of saying she's working for 24 minutes, I say that maximum 24 minutes. That means the time for which she works can be less than or equal to 24. So the same mathematical equation or linear equation is now becoming 3X plus 4Y less than or equal to 24, which is a linear inequation in T2 variables. In the previous lecture, we have seen how to represent such linear equations on graph paper.
This is an illustrative example. A toy company produces two types of toys, doll and car. Both are processed on two machines, 1 and 2. A doll needs 2 hours on machine 1 and 2 hours on machine 2. A car needs 3 hours on machine 1 and 1 hour on machine 2. If machine 1 can run maximum 12 hours per day and machine 2 for 8 hours per day, and profit for one doll and one car is rupees 50 and rupees 60 respectively. Construct a problem to maximize the profit. We can represent this problem in a tabular form. So these are the two toys products, you can say. Two machines are here. Now the information is represented in a tabular form. 2 hours are required under machine 1 for one doll. Same way, 3 hours for one car under machine 1. And similarly, the time required to produce one doll and one car in machine 2 are 2 hours and 1 hour. The available time for both the machines is here in hours, 12 hours for machine 1 and 8 hours for machine 2. And the profit per one doll is 50 rupees and per car is 60 rupees. This is written over here. And why cars? Now, if you talk about the time required for this production under machine 1, it would be, so I have machine 1. It would be 2 into x plus 3 into y. So the total time required would be 2x plus 3y. But the available time is 12 hours. So this total time cannot be more than 12 hours, but it can be less than or equal to 12 hours. And this gives us a first linear inequality. Similarly, for machine 2, the time required would be machine 2. The time required would be 2x plus y. And the time available is 8 hours. So this is less than or equal to 8. And this is our second linear inequality. Now, if you look at the profit per unit, it is 50 rupees for one doll, 50 rupees for one doll and 60 rupees for one car. We have X dolls, so the profit would be 50X, and for cars it would be 60Y. So what would be the total profit by production? The profit would be 50x plus 60y. But our target or our objective is to get maximum profit, and that is why so what we get here is 50x plus 60y, which is a linear function. It is not an equation, it is a linear function, and our objective is to get maximum profit. That means the objective here is to maximize profit, and therefore maximize, suppose I call profit as a P function, P is equal to 50x plus 60y is my goal of the problem, and this is known as objective function. This is my objective function. And on the top we have already seen these are the two linear inequalities. So I want to produce those many dolls. I means company wants to produce those many dolls and cars so that you get maximum profit here and also satisfy both the linear constraints. If we write this together, the problem becomes to produce dolls and cars, or you can say that is to find X and Y so as to maximize the profit. Maximize profit is equal to 50x plus 60y subject to the two linear constraints 2x plus 3y less than or equal to 12, 2x plus y less than or equal to 8, and we also have, see, x is number of dolls, y is number of cars. You cannot produce negative number of dolls and cars, and therefore the values of x and y has to be greater than or equal to 0. This particular condition is known as non-negativity constraint. So what we have here is, this is my objective function. These two are my linear constraints, and this is the non-negativity condition. Let us write it in short. Objective function, linear constraints, and this is non-negativity condition. And this whole thing is my linear programming problem, that is LPP. So we have seen that from a word problem here, this is my word problem, and this has been converted into a linear programming problem. Now, after the illustrations, let's look at the theory part. LPP is an optimization technique used in different fields such as management, planning, production, transportation, etc. It was developed during the Second World War to optimize the utilization of limited resources to get maximum returns. You can say linear programming is used to minimize the cost of production and maximize the profit. It depends on the problem, whether you have a cost problem or a profit problem. Accordingly, the minimization or maximization is decided. These problems are related to efficient use of limited resources like raw material, manpower, availability of machine time, and cost of material, and so on. Linear programming is a mathematical technique which is designed to help managers in the planning and decision making. This mathematical programming involves optimization of a certain function, as we have seen, called as an objective function, subject to given conditions which are known as constraints. We have seen it in the illustrative example. These constraints may be equations or inequations. Now there are some terms which are used in LPP. Decision variables are variables involved in LPP. We have seen in the previous example the number of dolls and number of toys, X and Y. They were the decision variables, whereas objective function is a linear function of variables which is to be optimized, that is either maximized or minimized, and it is called as an objective function. Then you have the constraints. They are the conditions under which the objective function is to be optimized. These constraints are in the form of equations or inequations. And now you have the non-negativity constraints. In some situations, the values of the variables under consideration may be positive or zero due to the imposed constraints, and they are referred as non-negativity constraints. As we have seen in the example of dolls and cars, the number of dolls and number of cars produced cannot be negative, and so you have a non-negativity constraint over here. So this was some theory about linear programming problem.